gets to get the back cleanup today. So I hope to do as good a job as my two fellow Red Wall members have done. I'm Stony Rushing. I've been your county commissioner for the last 8 years. I also served from 2002 to 2006, so I've seen a lot of the mistakes made in this county. I've seen a lot of sweet talking. If you ever watched the movie All the King's Men, where they wanted people to do the sweet talking, I'm diabetic, so I got a little sensor here on my arm, and whenever it gets too sweet, then I can know that I'm in trouble. And that's what happens when you get elected. You get elected wanting all these great things. You tell people, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to work for you. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to keep your taxes low. I'm conservative and I'm so willing to do what you want. And then you get elected, and the first thing they do is you go out and fill these forms out where you get a check that says Union County Government on it. And when you get that check and you put it in your savings account, you're thinking all of a sudden now, well, hang on, I work for Union County Government. I don't work for the Union County people. The check says Union County Government. But that's not true. You are Union County Government. You, the people, are the people that we work for. So when staff comes to me and said, well, we just need a penny. If we only had a penny, we could do all these great things. And I tell the staff, well, we do better every year than you predict that we're going to do. So why don't we err on the side of the people and leave that penny in their pocket? Let's leave the people with the money. Many hands make light work. And I'm going to ask everybody here, how many of you that are here today own more than 10 acres of land in Union County? No hands are going up, correct? So nobody owns more than 10 acres. So each of us who live on an acre lot, like I do, or half acre or quarter acre, you know, what we're looking at is what benefit do we get from growth? We get to sit in traffic. That's not a benefit. We get to pay $4 a gallon for gas. That's not a benefit. So what benefit should we get? The only benefit that we can get is lower taxes. And every year we can do that with just the money that's coming in from growth. Our sales tax revenue is going up huge, $6 million more than expected for the last 2 years. Use that money to leave money in people's pockets. We have safe communities. We live in a safe community. We have great firefighters. We have great sheriff's deputies. We have great police departments that they're in the area. But these conservative politicians that we all claim to be at election time, as soon as the term starts, changes start going on. Here in the town of Waxhaw, you had an increase in your taxes with the revaluation. You know, some people had 40, 50, 60% increase in their taxes because that's how much their property taxes went up. And that's not right. And you have conservative Republicans, again, saying that we're going to do this. That's why I need 3 hard-headed people. I need 3 people, like hard-heads like Melissa Merrill, hard-heads like Brian Helms. I watched Melissa stand up to people that called her names, said things about her, and said things about our other board members that should never be said about anybody. I've seen people stand up. I've seen Brian stand up and advocate when he wasn't maybe as comfortable doing it. I've seen him advocate. And I have stood there and took those names. I have stood there and took the name call. I have had to stand up with my own fellow commissioners, some of which I helped get elected, stand there and tell me that I was wrong and that I should be thinking differently. And I'm sorry, folks, but if I get in there and I'm telling you I'm going to fight to keep your taxes low, I'm not picking. I'm not playing. I'm not joking. Because if I believe in the conservative values that I campaign on, then I'm going to stand for those conservative values 365. Every day of my term, I'm going to be standing there saying, I believe in lower taxes. I believe in less government control. When we had the mask mandate thing going on, I called the staff and I said, you know, this isn't right. You can't tell the schools that they have to mask up kids if we're not willing to do it. Why would we tell a kid that they have to wear a mask to school if we're not willing to put a mask mandate on the whole county? And I've been in the animal agriculture industry. I've been in biosecure environments since I was a kid. I see some of the little kids running around here. I was in those biosecure environments since I was their age. I know what biosecurity is. I know what prevention of disease is. I know what to do. I know how to do it. And I've never been once asked to wear a face mask. not once. It won't work. It doesn't stop the disease. The viruses can get right through it. But we just wanted to send a political message that somehow kids who don't vote, by the way, they can be the ones that we show the parent every morning when they get up without a mask and go to work, that their kids have to suffer all day long just to prove a point. And that's wrong. You try to block people from going to school because they won't wear a mask. That's stupid. And this country is built on better things than that. Too many people have lost their lives trying to defend our freedoms for us to give them away over foolishness. Now we have... So you need county commissioners. You need school board members that are going to protect their rights and not just say, hey, it's the popular thing now. It's the thing we need to do. What makes sense? And if your kid could go all day long, other than the 8 hours or whatever they were at school, and not wear a mask, it just doesn't make sense. When you have people who are coming to the government center, and I ask our staff this, the same day that Melissa had her meeting where they were told to get in line, I ask our staff, if those kids came to this government center and walked in the door, can you kick them out? Can you keep them out? They said no. They said, by God, then we're not going to do it at the schools. And that's the kind of, again, the hard-headedness sometimes that you've got to stand up to the popular opinion. And, you know, when we talked, somebody said, Richard, you talked about developers earlier. The developers are tired of the no transparency. The farmers are tired of the lack of transparency. The parents are tired of the lack of transparency. And I can tell you this, that I believe that Brian and Melissa and myself, all three, will fight for transparency in Union County. We're going to get these 2-on-1 meetings done. They're done. We're going to have 5-on-1, where 5 county commissioners meet in the open and talk to you. The only reason that we should be meeting behind closed doors is to discuss legal issues, legal advice, and purchasing property. So the red wall is very important, and you can explain that too. Why is the red wall so important? Because it takes 3. You know, out of my 12 years, this is my 12th year of commissioner service, I've always been saying, well, what did you accomplish? One of the other commissioners, I said, what did you accomplish? I could list the things that I've accomplished, but the thing that I'm most proud of is putting the pressure that the people of this county, by being the top vote getter in the last 2 general elections, have put into me and said, Stony, fight for us, stand up for us. And when I do that, you know, I'm one commissioner that can't stop a tax increase, but I can keep it lower than it would have been. I'm one commissioner that can't keep your rates down, but I can put the pressure on them and educate people of why you shouldn't be subsidizing development to sit in traffic and pay $4 a gallon for gas. And we're going to bring the developers to the table. There was a story I told the other day about a guy who had a dog that he told his neighbor he fed him boiled okra. I mean, you ate boiled okra? Y'all know there's a lot of Yankees in California. So boiled okra is not the best okra, okay? So the guy said, well, I feed my dog boiled okra. And the other guy said, well, my dog won't eat it. And he said, well, mine didn't eat it for the first 3 days. So right now we're in a situation where the developers need sewer. And we don't have it right now. We've ran out. Now we've got a little bit here and there can be commercial development, there can be other little things and small projects, but major subdivisions, there's just not enough sewer right now. The sewer plant right over the road here, it's going to take 3 years to complete the expansion of that plant. That gives us some time to go to the developers and say, it's boiled okra, you ain't got it for 3 years, how are we going to pay for it? And they will come to the table and they'll pay for it. There's honest local builders here that want to do good business with this county. They have to sit in the same traffic you do. And we need to get them on board. We need to get people and the families educated. We need to help you understand why your water bill should go down, why your tax bill should go down, not go up. We need to explain to you how the sales tax money is coming in because people are shopping at home now. And it's like every house here is a small commercial business. Every time you order something online, it brings money into this county. So I'll leave you with this. We have a very good chance of winning this election. And I'm talking a good chance. We have a lot of people behind the red wall. Farmers, parents, developers. We've got people in Christian conservatives. We got people that are conservative all over this part of the county that knows that they want good fiscal management of their money. And we've got a good chance of winning this election. But I don't want to just win this election. I want to send a message to the staff. I want to send a message to the people in this county that would come against us and put masks on our children, that this is not Union County and what Union County wants. Union County is for good schools, great schools, and low taxes. So help us. Go to your neighbors. If you've already voted, thank you. If you haven't voted yet, get your neighbors to go vote, get them to get their friends to go vote, and let's send a message to Union County that we want to get back to good, great schools and low taxes, and we want to get back to making common sense decisions that work for everybody, not just one group or the other. And we want to bring transparency back to Union County where everybody can sit in the room and listen to what's going on and listen to what's happening in the county, not just a couple at a time county commissioners that we can go out there and say, oh, we don't really know what's going on. Let's have a 2-on-1 meeting. Let's have a 2-on-1 so we can get the information behind the scenes that belongs to you. That information belongs to you as much as it does to me, and you need to hear it just as much as I need to hear it, and you need to be a part of those decisions. So please, let's get out and vote the red wall, get your neighbors to vote the red wall, and let's send a clear message to Union County that we're going to stop and we're going to be more transparent and we're going to get back to giving people back their go. Thank you very much.